What? You want me to teach you science? Because it's Thursday, and Thursday is Science Day. God, well, I guess I can do that, because I'm your teacher. I guess. Okay. Hi, it's Mr. Bon. Welcome to Thursday Science, our first one of this global pandemic. So, you will recall that just before the before the pandemic hit, you guys were told to do this specific rocks assignment. This is just a review of topics 1 to 3 of planet Earth. Some of you have already started it, in which case go ahead and reuse the stuff that you did before. I believe like maybe 1 or 2 slides were done. So really quick. You like rocks? This is, again, just a little bit of a review. I want you to pick 1 rock of each main type. Igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic, to make 1 slide each about. So for instance, for an igneous rock, you would pick obsidian if you like volcanic glass, which I know somebody did. Probably more than one somebody, because obsidian's cool. So, or metamorphic, you're marble. But you need to pick 1 of each main type. So you'll be doing 3 different rocks. What do I need to see? If I can click on that. Hello? Haha, there we go. It's slow. So, I need to see at least 1 picture of your chosen rock. Why is it igneous, metamorphic, or sedimentary? If it is one of those weird rocks that doesn't fit cleanly into 1 category, you can explain why it doesn't fit cleanly in, like, oh, it's a gemstone, or whatever the heck. I don't mind. I want 1 to 2 sentences about how your rock forms, a quick explanation of why you picked it, like, I picked obsidian because Minecraft. That's acceptable, I guess. And then, the Mohs hardness scale number for your rock. We talked about Mohs hardness scale. You all know what it is. If you don't, email me. The rubric is boring, but I'm going to include it because it's good to look at, to know where your marks come from. So then you're like, Mr. Bon, why did I fail? You're not going to fail, but like, read the rubric if you are really insistent on getting that A. Hitting the 4, the proficient in every category, is the choicest way to get an A. And then I've already included the 3 rock type like templates there for you to just fill in. Please do that first. Get that done. Next, my lesson. So we talked about this before too. Present. This stuff we can mostly skip right over if it loads. It's loading, don't worry. It's loading, I swear. All this continental drift with Alfred Wegener. We've talked about all this stuff, so we're going to skip right to plate tectonics though, because this is actually directly relevant for our next thing. So, talk about plate tectonics theory. The Earth's crust is moving, and it has been for, billions of years since the Earth formed. So, the new theory is called plate tectonics theory and explains how the Earth's crust is moving. The main ideas are the Earth's crust consists of 7 gigantic pieces called plates, and there are a few smaller plates which the continents are also attached to. So you'll see here, there's the Eurasian plate, which is also stretching across to here. The American plate is North and South America, and, parts of Russia, Siberia. The Pacific plate is most of the Pacific Ocean. The Indo-Australian plate is a huge chunk, including parts of India, Indonesia, and Australia. The Antarctic plate is the southmost one, and the African plate is most of Africa and a big chunk of the Middle East. So there's 7 giant plates. The plates are always moving, just very, very slowly because of convection. Remember, we talked about convection back in heat and temperature. Convection currents are what happens when a hot material rises to the top, cools off, and then descends again. So there's always this, circular flow of material. And so this circular flow actually also pushes the continents apart, or, in some cases, slams them together. The convection currents, again, are hot melted rock deep in the mantle rising to the crust, and then it cools because it makes contact with cooler material, like the mantle, versus, like, the deep core of the Earth, which is, like, as hot as the surface of the sun or whatever. So, this mantle convection current is always moving. Again, it is liquid rock, so it moves slower than water, so the plates don't move like that quickly, but they all move constantly. So this actually causes the plates that are resting on top of the convection currents to just, like, shift. And sometimes they hit each other. And sometimes they make new mountains. Like that, right there. Plate boundaries. Okay. So this is the part where this will come in handy for the Plate Tectonics vocab assignment, which is part of the thing you're going to have to be doing this week. A plate boundary is the place where two or more plates meet. Yes, some plates can be three meeting together. As those plates move, some push together, some pull apart, and some kind of slide past each other. So like right here, where they're sliding past one another. There are three main plate boundaries, as again, we talked about this in class. Diverging means to spread apart, to break apart, to no longer be beside each other. Converging is the opposite of diverging. That is when two things hit each other, or come very close to each other, or meet. And then lateral is when two things move past one another without really interacting. They don't collide, they don't spread apart, they're just moving. It's called parallel to each other. So diverging boundaries is where the plates are spreading apart. It tends to form these big rifts and valleys. So you can see the little diagram here. The brown is the plates, the red is the magma, and here's the rift. As these two things move apart, they're actually causing a giant rift in the Earth. So don't fall in. Or do if you know what you're doing, but usually you don't, so please don't jump into that rift. Next, converging boundaries are my personal favorite because they make mountains. This is when plates are colliding and pushing together. So one plate is going to go up, one plate's going to go down. Sometimes when they hit, they will also make mountains because the ground itself, the Earth, is like rupturing and shooting upwards, and this is when mountains and volcanoes tend to form. Volcanoes are just, mountains that have lava near the surface and might explode sometimes. So that's for your information. Finally, the lateral boundaries. This is where plates are sliding past each other. This is also one of the main causes of earthquakes. The plates are sliding past each other. They are not really like hitting and making mountains and all these things, but they do tend to cause some interesting geographic formations, such as trenches like this, or the San Andreas Fault, which is like this big crack in the border of the plate. So California has this really, really, really long, fault, which is just a crack in a plate that is stretching all across it, almost the entire length of California. You can find the San Andreas Fault. And that is your lesson. So, important thing. You're going to be going and looking at the Plate Tectonics vocab assignment that I'm also posting right after this one. And you're going to be filling in pretty much the details from these slides into there. I know it's straightforward, it's simple, not a big deal, Mr. Bon. So I know that it won't take you guys too much time, but if you have any problems, who are you going to call? It's me. It's me or Miss G. Miss G will also know. But again, just email me, email Miss G, call the school. We got your back. We'll help you with this in any way you need. And that's most of the lesson for today. So, complete specific rocks, complete plate tectonics, that was a mouthful. And then I put in optional with a link if you want to watch CNN 10. Awesome. Do it. I miss Carl, just like you guys do, I'm sure, and his awesome puns. So, have at it. Have a good time. And this is, I guess, the last of your work for this week, so I'll put something up on Friday just so you guys can go look and watch CNN 10 or something. I don't know. I hope you're all doing okay. Let me know how you are in the comments to this YouTube video. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'm going to go back to doing my life now. These are a prop. I'm a YouTuber.